But right now, I want to share the three things, the core things that every man wants in a relationship. And if you do those three things, that's the only way a man will open up his heart to you. That's the only way. So who wants to guess? What are those three things?
Respect is one.
Respect is very vague. This is action. Three things that we women do that communicates to a man that you are the one, that he loves you. And in the process, he does feel deep respect from you. What are those three things?
Feminine energy.
Feminine energy is part of it. When you're doing it, it's a feminine energy, because those three things, when you're doing it, you're not faking. You can fake anything, even orgasm, but you cannot fake those three things. And that's what a man feels, that you love him, and he starts opening up his heart to you. And you know why we want his heart to be open? Because he starts to listen to you. And when he starts to listen to you, guess what you're doing? You can start influencing him. And deep in our core, we really do want to influence our man because we want the best for them. But until he opens up his heart, you cannot influence him, because men are very logical. They're living here. And only those three things will get him to listen to you from his heart. And this is very hard to achieve. When he will start listening to you from his heart, even if he'll see prettier women, younger women, women who are hitting on him, he will still be loyal to you. He will be influenced by you. He will listen to you. He will love and respect you. And it's a very big deal. This is some really deep spiritual knowledge that every woman must know. But unfortunately, in the modern society, nobody does it. And even if they do, they don't understand how important this is to a man.
Put the God first.
Not it. This is, again, very important, but this is how he looks at you. If you do practices, you slowly get to the point that you can practice those three things with him. This is on you. But what does a man need from a woman? Start thinking. There's three things. The number one, you gotta get that a man he's basically either asleep in life, and that's why he is not providing, leading, and protecting, and he is a victim in life. He's basically asleep. Or a man is either in a fighting mode. Every time a man goes to work, he's going to war. And he fights other bulls like him. And so to a man, it is very important to have this vision or goals or career that he's heading towards. But guess what a woman feels? When he's investing so much time and energy at work, she feels competition. And she even feels sometimes jealousy. And he spends so much time working, emailing, talking to clients, because she wants all the attention to herself. And when a man comes from work and she says, or generally, I am so proud of you. I so admire you for your vision and where you're heading. A man feels relaxed that a woman gets him. Write it down. This is the first thing that a man really needs from us. His pressure completely gets off of him, and he feels you're the one, and understand how this is important for him. His vision to grow his business or becoming CEO in a company or a manager, and you are supporting him, you have his back by saying, I am so proud of you, of your vision, or where you're heading in life. He will not show it to you, but in his heart, When you say that, he feels that you got him. You understand him. You understand his core. And this is how he feels. You're the one. He feels really good, really proud that you're his woman. This is a big deal, again, for men to be happy. They gotta be providers and protectors and leaders, because that's when they're conquering challenges at work, when they're succeeding. That's what makes them manly. For us, it degrades us. And so when we're looking at them, oh, relax, you don't have to put so much time into this call and business, you are cutting him off. You, in a way, it's like, why she doesn't get me? And so when you're encouraging him, I am proud of you of what you're doing, he feels like, oh my God, this is my queen. Do you get how this is important? Because at the core, this is who they are. Because businesses and work exhausts us. And we are judging them based on us. But to them, it's everything. That's who they are. When a woman relaxes because she's born for happiness and love, we feel happy. One goes to work, she's exhausted, her energy goes down. She feels it's so unfair. But to a man who works, he feels proud of himself. That we're admiring and appreciating his basically vision, his goal, where he's heading. We're acknowledging that his goal or his career or where he's heading is great. And you're proud of him, of what he's doing. That's how he feels the support. Because a lot of times you're thinking support, oh, if he is broke, let me pay half a rent. Or let me listen to his problems. If you're listening, Anya, you mentioned that, listening and support, big no-no. When you are listening to a man's crying, he starts to think of you as a counselor or mother. A mother can listen to a son, but it is not your duty to listen to his problems, because he's gonna continue to start dumping his emotional problems, financial problems, and talking about it to you. And you gotta get very clear. For those of you who haven't been in my program, I would like to write it down. I would like for you to remember this formula for the rest of your life. First, we have Creator, God. Then we have a husband, father, a man. Then we have mother, wife, a woman. Then we have kids and cats and dogs. A father, a husband, cannot go down to share his problems with his wife, his woman. It can go the other way around. Right now, men don't have best friends and older to go to. And so they're used to just dumping their problems on the mother. When they share on the wife and mother their problems, a mother or wife dumps her problems on kids. And shouldn't be like that. Kids go to mother or father, wife goes to husband or God, and husband goes to his bodies or God, but not the other way around. If you allow a man to dump his problems on you, it's gonna go in circles, and you will be continually dumping the problems on kids, or you're gonna be poisoning yourself. Very little, but as soon as it gets heavy, you're like, honey, I feel so compassionate to what you go through. And then I will coach you how to tell him what's not working, so he will stop doing it. We'll get to that in a moment. But right now, just please remember the formula. You're not his counselor, you're not his mother. You're not supposed to listen to his emotional and financial breakdowns. You're gonna poison yourself emotionally and physically, and that's not good for you, because you will dump this on your children. You're not gonna be the best quality mother and wife if you're overwhelming yourself with his breakdowns and problems. Do you agree or disagree with that? You get that, right? Because a man is older, we go to him, not the other way around. The moment you say, I am proud of you and your vision and where you're heading, a man feels relaxed. That he is not competing with you and you're not competing for his attention, and you get him and his world. Because otherwise, most of the time, women are competing. I need you all, and I don't want to share with you, with your business and your company and your colleagues and partners and all of the employees. Ready for the second point? Let's do it.